Come in.
Hi,
Hey.
Jim.
Yes.
Ben Mitchell from Seminole Insurance.
Yeah, how are you, Ben? Good to
I'm
see
doing
you
great.
again, man.
Pleasure to see you again.
Absolutely. Have
That's
a seat.
it. Thank you.
Yes.
I have a business card here for you. Do you have one as well?
There you go, man.
Thank you so much. I had a really great time meeting you over at the Booster Club meeting the other night. How did you enjoy the rest of your night there?
Oh, it was good. No, we hadn't been to one in a while, so it was good to get back and connect with
Yeah.
people and everything.
Oh, I always love going to those meetings. We're based here in town, and something that I really love is just being able to interact, with other former Knowles.
Yes.
Just such a great group of people. And that's
Absolutely.
one of the best parts of my job is getting to work within this network. A couple of times I've considered moving to big cities. Come to Miami, come to New York.
Yeah.
But I just really love the alumni support network that we have around in this area.
Yeah, I would agree, man. It's nice to have. Yes.
All right, awesome. Now, when we spoke on the phone to set up this meeting, you had said 15 minutes. Does that still work for you today?
That's still perfect. Yep.
Okay, great. Now, what I want to do today is I want to just talk to you about your company a little bit. You had told me you had some concerns when we spoke briefly at the Booster meeting. And I want to learn a little bit about your company and some of those concerns you were talking about. And just see what it is that we at Seminole Insurance can do to really help you guys out.
Yeah.
So, I want to start with just a couple of basic questions.
Okay.
Is there anybody else that needs to be involved in this decision process?
Yeah, so Mona, my sister, will definitely be involved. She just couldn't make this meeting today.
Mhm.
But as we go through the process and as we really look at everything, she will definitely be involved.
Okay. And what renewal period? How soon is your next renewal period? When would you be able to implement
So I
this?
think our renewal doesn't come up for like 3 to 6 months.
Okay, 3
but
to 6 months out?
yeah, but what we're really looking for though is, there's some really pressing issues that we need to get some answers on. So I don't know really what that means with our renewal or not, but we really have some questions that we need to get answered on soon.
Well, we can't take over as your provider until you renew a period because you are in contract with your current person. But we can start today on trying to figure out some of these issues for you. So that's absolutely something we can get started on right away.
Okay.
So talking about some of those pressing issues, do you want to walk me through some of the areas that you're concerned with?
Yeah, sure. So I think one of the most pressing right now is we started a new company called Floor and Walls, and it's a new business, it's a new entity. It shares a lot of the stuff that Wiley's Carpet does now in terms of storage and the show front and all that. But we have employees, they're doing stuff, and I haven't seen any insurance policies with that company's name on it. And we've been reaching out to our current broker, but we've got no response or anything like that.
Okay. Has that been an issue then, your broker not responding to you?
Recently it really has been. Probably over the past couple of months. We've had several questions and either we don't get a response or, he does respond and I don't really feel confident that he's reviewed everything properly, or maybe his response is not the most accurate or stuff like that.
And how does it affect your ability to manage your business when you're either not getting timely or not getting clear information from your broker?
Yeah, it's really concerning because we want to make sure that we are covered for things, and importantly is the employees, to make sure if something happened to them that they would be provided for.
You got guys working with heavy equipment. God forbid somebody drops something on their foot.
Absolutely.
That's a large bill if you don't have proper coverage for that, and you can figure that out with a phone call. So it's it's silly mistakes that can add up if you're just missing this vital information.
Yes.
All right, so you want to make sure that your new business is covered because you haven't seen any paperwork with that name on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll make sure that we get your coverage extended to your new business. That's something we can absolutely take a look at.
Okay.
And what other areas were you facing some concerns with?
We have this a warehouse outside of here, and I question kind of the security of that warehouse. It's one major door coming in and out that's never locked. We have sort of a subset off there, but that's never locked. And then, we recently started doing some work with a custom home builder. And so their clients order custom carpets and we store that in there. But sometimes these carpets can be pretty elaborate, so it takes a while to get them in. And if something were to happen to that inventory, it would take us a while to get new inventory in and reorder that. So, and I don't know if potentially that could delay the homeowner moving in. The contractor could get mad. I don't know if we would be liable for that. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's a few different potential areas there. You could, like you said, you could be, depending on your contract, you could be liable for loss of income if you keep them from finishing a job on time.
Yeah.
Or even if that doesn't occur, it can be damaging to a business relationship.
Sure.
Even if it's more of a verbal deal, if it's a handshake agreement, people order a product, they still expect to have that product on time.
Absolutely.
And it hurts you if you can't deliver that.
Yeah.
So absolutely, that's something you need to be concerned with. And you had said that you share the warehouse with people.
Yes.
So you said security was a concern. Do you think that your inventory is like a theft target, or?
I mean, it could be because we have a lot of carpet and tile in there. So I think theft. I also think just if something were to happen inside that warehouse, I just don't know what coverage we have to cover that. And then, like I said, to order new stuff in the time there.
Rough estimate, what would you say is the value of the inventory that you have on hand on any given moment?
Probably like around 100,000. So it would be significant if that was gone.
If there's a fire or something, it could be $100,000 out of pocket if you're not covered. And that's,
it would be terrible.
It seems like you guys have a good operation going here, but that's not really a bill that anybody's trying to foot.
No, and we had a really bad loss several years ago. When my father was still running things, and it really devastated our family and the emotional aspect and everything. And so I don't know. Have you ever had a client go through a real big loss?
Yeah, we actually have had something similar to that. We had another client, Jim's Antiques, here in town, and what had happened to them is there was that hurricane earlier this year. Sorry, not this year. Near the end of last summer, back in the fall, and they had a glass storefront, and their store was full of antiques. And it's an older couple, and God bless them, they just didn't prepare for the hurricane properly, and the hurricane came in and wiped out tens of thousands of dollars of inventory for them.
Wow.
But luckily, they had been with us for several years at this time. They did make some preparations, fortunately for them, and we were able to help them recoup much of their losses.
Okay.
So acts of God do happen, mistakes do happen, but the goal that we have is to help protect you against these losses, to minimize the damage when stuff does go wrong. We can't keep things from going wrong, but we're here to be your safety net when they unfortunately do.
Okay. So, how long have you been selling insurance now?
Would you say, do you have concerns about my experience, or?
Well, I'm just kind of wondering. I mean, this business has been in our family for generations, and so we've had that bad loss. We're really concerned, with that, and so we just want to just kind of make sure that you have the experience and that you've done this before.
Completely understandable. Well, I've been with Seminole Insurance about 3 years, and I'm a graduate from FSU's Risk Management and Insurance Program.
Okay.
Now, FSU's Risk Management and Insurance Program is ranked number 7 in the entire nation. We have some of the best professionals in the world teaching us, and I graduated fully certified. I actually have a copy of my certificate right here.
Great. Yeah.
And
thank you.
I'm working at Seminole Insurance. I'm somewhat new with the company, but I'm working with the teams of experts that we have there, and those experts come together. They have over 500 years of cumulative experience.
Okay.
So you're correct, I'm something of a fresh face, but I'm working with some of the best and the brightest, and I'm confident that we can provide the service that you need.
Okay.
Does that sound all right to you, sir?
Sure.
All right. All right, moving on. Was there any other concerns that we wanted to get to today?
The other thing is kind of, equipment and then the vehicles. So we do have some expensive equipment like cutters and stuff like that, some that's not, that just kind of irritates me that, and I understand we have people that get tired and everything after a long job, but they're not, sometimes the cutters get left at job sites or they get left in the vehicles. And so I don't really know what would happen in terms of, do we have insurance coverage if something got stolen or just left and lost for that. And then in addition to the vehicle stuff, we would really like to provide the perk of having some our team leaders that run these crews to be able to take the vans home with them and use them personally. But I have no idea what would happen if they got into an accident. Would their own insurance cover that? Do we have to, make sure they have insurance, or is that just too big of a mess to even try to offer as a perk to our employees?
All right, yeah, and that's something we could definitely help you figure out. We would help you sort through all of that, and from the risk management perspective, we could even figure out if that's the sort of thing that you want to get involved in.
Okay.
Because you're correct, that is a super messy area, and there is potentially a lot of liability there.
Uh-huh.
So one of the things that we do offer is the ability to help make those decisions. If you figure out if you even want to get involved with this, if you even want to wade into that muck and then even try and get that insured.
Okay.
So that's something that we could absolutely help you with.
Okay.
So we've talked about a few things here today.
Yes.
We've said that you want to make sure that your current inventory at the warehouse is insured. God forbid something happens to that, because like you said, you have $100,000 worth of inventory on hand that could be gone in the blink of an eye if something goes wrong. You said you've had some issues with your broker not responding, and that's interfered with your ability to manage your business. It's interfered with your confidence level in making decisions, because you don't know if you have the correct information or if there's information that you're missing. And you said you want to make sure that your employees are covered in the new venture, and that you have some expensive equipment that you want to make sure if it gets stolen, you're covered for that.
Yes.
And that's all stuff that we can help you with.
Okay.
Because I want to tell you a little bit about our company. Here at Seminole Insurance, we specialize in small businesses just like yours. I was telling you about Jim's Antiques here in town that we have, and I graduated from, like I said, one of the best risk management programs in the country, specifically trained to help companies just like yours, and we're community focused. That's why we're here in Tallahassee. We could move to one of those big offices, but we like staying here. We love the sense of community in Tallahassee, and to that end, we're very customer service oriented. I have a 24-hour return call policy, so I like to think that I give you plans that are pretty clear, pretty easy to read, but there's always going to be some degree of legalese involved with insurance. It's always sort of a mess.
Yeah.
So
it's a pain.
yeah, it's and that's why I get paid to do my job, fortunately, because if it was easy, nobody would pay me to do this. So if for some reason you're up at 3 a.m. and you're looking at some of your liabilities and you're, I don't know what the hell this is, feel free to call me. I'm not going to be happy that you call me at 3 a.m, but I'm going to be there, and that's something that I really pride myself on.
Okay. So when you look at all this stuff, how does, obviously cost is a factor. How does this stuff work in terms of price and stuff like that?
So are you concerned from a budgetary standpoint?
Well, I mean, we definitely we don't have unlimited funds just to pay for insurance, and we haven't had to use it in a while, so we don't really enjoy that. But I mean, how would that work?
Understandable. Well, unfortunately, at this time, it is very difficult to tell you what the price would be because, like we said, it's a complicated issue. You have a lot of areas of concern right now. So what would happen is I would take the information that you've given me today, and I would go home and I would start drafting up a plan for you. And I would come down and we would sit, hopefully get Mona involved at some point in the future, and we could start coming up with a more detailed coverage plan for you. And then as we get closer to working out the specifics of a plan, that's when we can really start hashing out some of the price details as we move a little bit further into this process.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you, sir?
Yes, that does.
All right. Well, are there any other questions or concerns that you have today?
The only other thing that just got brought up randomly with our accountant this year was business income coverage. I don't know if you've ever even heard of that.
That's absolutely something that we deal with.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So are you concerned about our ability to cover that, or?
No, they brought it up. I don't really know what it is. They recommended it for us, so that's just one thing that we had written down and asked our current broker about. But
all right. Well, if your broker hasn't gotten back to you by the time we have our next meeting, I'd be happy to sit down with you and kind of work out some of the details of that. Like I said, as we move towards a more detailed vision of what your coverage plan is going to look like.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you, sir?
Sure.
All right. So, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to move forward in this process with us?
I don't think so. I mean, what you laid out sounds, fine, and we definitely need to get Mona involved, when we start going through the details. But yeah.
All right, and I'm going to leave some of the notes that I took with you today, so you can talk to Mona about what we discussed.
Okay.
And when would be a good time for me to come back in and discuss this with you further? I'm going to be in the area early next week.
Yeah, I think next week would be great if we could just schedule time, and I'll check with Mona's schedule, and we'll go from there.
Do you think that maybe Tuesday morning would work for you?
I think so. I'd have to I think that'll work. Let's go ahead and schedule it. I just have to verify.
All right, sure thing. Well, you have my card. Double check with Mona, double check your calendar, and give me a call back, and hopefully I will see you early next week.
All right. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much for having me come in today. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Here, don't forget your timer.
Thank you.